What's up guys, Perry from Rockville here, and today I'm going to show you how to mount your RWM-DSP series. This is going to apply for both the L2 and the H2 in the RWM-DSP series. For starters, we're going to turn the unit around to see the feet here on the bottom. These can actually come off if we just pull them out, just like this. For now, we're just going to place the feet on the side, but if you ever wanted to add them back, there is an easy way to do that. There's a little knob in the center of each foot, so you're going to want to pull that out, or just have it fall out in your hand like that. Then you're just going to take your foot and place them into one of the holes. Then you're going to take the knob again and run it through the middle of the foot and make sure it runs through the hole just like that. Now the receiver is going to come with some hardware so you can mount the unit into your rack. So it comes with two rack ears. You have one shorter one to go on one side, and then you have a longer one. Since the unit is on the smaller side, this is going to fill up the space inside of your rack. We also have this bar here, and this can connect two units if you want to fill up more space and have both of them side to side, but we'll get to that later on. So to attach your rack ears, you're going to take the unit and you're going to look on the sides for these two screws here and these two screws here. You can use a Phillips head screwdriver to take them out just like this. You're going to keep those screws on the side. Be sure not to lose them because we're going to need them to attach the rack ears. We'll do one at a time, starting with the small one here. We're going to look for these two small holes, and we're going to line them up to either the two holes on this side of the unit or this side of the unit. So for today, we'll line it up right here. So we're going to line up the holes of the unit to the holes of the rack ear like that. We'll take back two of our screws and line them up to the holes right here, and then just screw them in like that. We're gonna do the same thing with the long rack ear now, so line up the holes on the rack ear to the holes of the unit. Take your screws and line them up to the holes, then use the screwdriver to screw them in like this. So with the rack ears attached, you can line the unit up to a free spot on your rack and screw it in using the hardware that's inside of your rack. The unit is 1U rack mountable, so make sure you have enough space when placing it inside of the rack. Now there is a way to rack two units next to each other at the same time. For that, you're going to need the included bar that goes in the middle of both units, and you'll also need the two smaller ears that come with each unit. So first we're going to start by bridging the two units together. So we're going to just make sure they're side to side, just like that. Once they're bridged together, we're going to look for these four holes in the middle, right there. Then we'll take our bridge piece and line them up to these four holes. So we'll want to make sure to get the ones in the back and the ones in the front. Next, we're going to take four of our small screws and line them up to each hole. Then we're going to use our screwdriver to screw them in just like this. So now that our units are joined together, we can now add our rack ears to each side. So to do that, we'll take out these screws on each side with the screwdriver and do the same exact thing on the other side here. Then we can take our rack ears and line them up to the holes on each side. Line our screws up to the holes on each side and use a screwdriver to screw them in, securing the ears to the units. So now we can take both of our units and line them up to a space on our rack. And remember, it's 1U rack mountable, so make sure you have that amount of space. So hopefully this showed you guys how easy it is to mount your RWM-DSP series. But of course, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to reach out to our customer support team through phone or email. As always, I'm Perry from Rockville, and we'll see you guys next time.